Welcome back to my lovely IHP community and the 5D Collective, and all of those who are healthy and ready to self attune and regulate, to be playful and to be wise and to be mindfully and spiritually wise. So you own your destiny, which is why you don't grieve the loss of a twin flame or a soulmate or any of those in your oversoul as a rejection. You get the opportunity to enlighten, because unlike that Zen master who doesn't know how to do sadness, anger, fear, disgust, surprise, and happiness in his prefrontal, we know how to create mental, emotional, and physical resiliency, because that's the high emotionally, mentally, physically intelligent person who has healthy other in the forefront. So you own yourself, which is also why you're not susceptible to manipulation by the Peter Pans, the Lost Boys, any of that stuff. You're also not susceptible to shame sex people, the ones who will fuck you and not text you back because they have not achieved yet their good therapist. It's not personal. That's the embodiment of a divine feminine here who can share with you all. We understand, not personal, because true spirituality is when, with the lovely Christ consciousness, you know how to be open-hearted and transmute. That is the power of the divine feminine, by the way. The true one. The ones who are distorted, they will use a lot of different words, but we leave it alone. So again, divine feminine knows of no disowned self parts. In fact, if there's one thing we will know, is how to say, you are not someone that I don't love. I unconditionally love you, and I radically accept you for who you are. And even if you have some adaptive child patterns of behavior, I'll be able to talk to you about it. Maladaptive child pattern behaviors too. So I won't be saying you have to go to therapy. No, I'll be talking to you. But I will also note if you bring to me your authentic self or your facade. And then I will recalibrate accordingly, because my soul contract is that I, as an embodied divine feminine, can nurture every single relationship that is in my sphere. And that's why the power of our community is always love. So we don't lose people on a spirituality awakening journey when you have your whole self. We are healthy others, and so we love, like lovely Eric Fromm has shared with me, one of the first books that told me, wow, finally somebody who knows how to love the same way I love. And that is because some of us love all equally. Okay, so I'm going to read to you a quote and more from him, just so you can hear. In case you haven't read it, it's a really good book. And you can also note that Stephen Porges shares with us, love is not when you're fucking someone, it's when you can sit with them forever and ever and ever, and it's called secure attachment. So your secure attachment relationships are the ones that love, because the oxytocin gene hormone is on, because you can sit and feel safe, and that's because you're in a space with a nurturer, and it's a differentiated self. So the embodied feminine is, you can become all of you, because again, there's no part of you that I won't love. I love all of you. You're not disowned in any way. You're completely accepted. Your authentic self. So being yourself, that's what it's all about here at IHP, with flaws and integrity. Love is a decision. It is a judgment. It is a promise. If love were only a feeling, there would be no basis for the promise to love each other forever. A feeling comes and it may go. And he says, how can I judge that it will stay forever when my act does not involve judgment and decision? He also shares with us that, where are you? Love is not primarily a relationship to a specific person. It is an attitude, an orientation of character which determines the relatedness of a person to the world as a whole, not toward one object of love. If a person loves only one other person and is indifferent to the rest of his fellow men, his love is not love, but a symbiotic attachment or an enlarged egotism. Yet most people believe that love is constituted by the object, not by the faculty. He says, in fact, they even believe that it is proof of the intensity of their love when they do not love anybody except the loved person. This is the same fallacy which I have already mentioned above, because one does not see that love is an activity, a power of the soul. One believes that all that is necessary to find is the right object, and that everything goes by itself afterward. This attitude can be compared to that of the man who wants to paint, but who, instead of learning the art, claims that he just has to wait for the right object, and that he will paint beautifully when he finds it. If I truly love one person, I love all persons. I love the world. I love life. If I can say to somebody else, I love you, I must be able to say, I love you and everybody. I love through you the world. I love you also myself. I love in you also myself, excuse me. So with that, we've heard many quotes from Sadhguru about how love is all encompassing, and anybody who's within the sphere of enlightenment from here, mystic or not, will know what this means. And what I can bring to you is our restorative embodiment self, aware, accountable, regulating. The embodiment of restorative is your birthright and mine, and it comes with integration of the brain. And that's why the community at IHP is for people who are self-empowered and want to be. Zen Master has laundry. He is not seeking to be more emotionally empowered within the depths of him. He doesn't have to. This is not a must. It is a choice. And with that, when we have our oversoul, we love that we get the experiences to live any of that which is love. And at the end of the day, some people, they just don't know how to enjoy themselves yet. Only when the masculine and the feminine play an equal role in our lives will there be beauty and purpose to our existence. So it's when a person has their own divine feminine, divine masculine, their own masculine feminine, when they choose self-awareness, accountability, and regulation, and when they learn how to self-attune and regulate from the unhealthy, insecure, not healthy self-soothing mechanisms. Okay, that's why the shame sex, the shame fucking, the shame any of it, it's all meant to say anyone who doesn't know how to self-regulate with true connections, with true passion, it means that you find purpose and meaning from in here. It's why therapists make it their mission to let you all know how to get home to your true sense of self. And that's why it's called reparenting you. They're the ones who dismiss this journey. They're not healthy other, because dismissing your own self means to me one of two things. If you unconsciously love all people and you wake up every morning happy, awesome. You're not, I'm going to say you don't know how to self-soothe. You don't know how to regulate your distressed nervous system yet, because if there's one indicator that you're living a blissful, delightful life, is that you wake up more energized, ready to go, in the absence of there being a have to some reason. So you don't have loneliness here. You don't have void. You don't have heartbreak, gut wrench. If every moment of your life, no matter what the nature of your work or your life situations, you can remain playful and exuberant, that means you are liberated. That is the enlightenment soul age group. For this one, lovely Sadhguru, obviously, I believe he is enlightened. He is spirituality soul age group. You can tell for how he talks about we're not here, he says, to affect states of consciousness. He talks about it with the belief of what is beyond us. I am a person who will let you know I knew a long time ago of that which is bigger than I will ever be, if you will, and that which is what we are all made from. I got introduced to that essence of love and life with the word God. And I didn't change any aspect of that feeling, because see, that's the point. It's not a belief. I cannot affect your state of consciousness physically. You have an ego, and that's the first stop, and you have a heart, and that's the second stop. And as a divine feminine, and as a person who has no low self-esteem, I will always meet you as yourself. And then I will see who you bring to me. And it is then that I will know if you are a divine feminine or if you are this. Now, if you are this, I'm the divine feminine who will say to you, be yourself, which is what I say here. Show me. Show yourself. I'm dying to meet you. Show yourself into something new, right? All that song. Does anybody ever do that? No, they love the tale. But my question is, are you your human name? Because it's easy to use a story. I asked you to be yourself, and we'll conclude with my facade friend, because he's the reason why I can tell you all a person that is a divine feminine isn't going to look at their twin flames and be like, I'm so afraid I'm going to lose you. No, because I will know what a facade is, because I have seen them since I was a kid, and I never understood what the fuck. So my facade friend, the last of the conversations that I said until because I realized at that point it was about, so you might be new, so let me just organize this. This is not romantic. With my romantic partners, I have very direct communicative efficacy, meaning that I will tell you bluntly. And if I choose to disengage from saying anything, that means that I'm completely out of the picture. And so it's not that I'm out with my heart. My heart is on. I am done speaking because you have no ears. And you will know that I have concluded speaking because I love to speak. And I love to share, and I love to be in the lives of the people I love. Okay, so that's the part of where Divine Feminine isn't going to tell you more than twice something that is heart breaking or important, because already by the second time you will have not taken care of something that is emotionally important to me, and I will begin taking care of it as the inner nurturer I am. So I'm not going to bring to you anything. I'm going to continue being what I am, and I'm going to now know who you are. So with my friend, this is why I was using him, because he's the one who, when I welcomed him back home, if you will, I said, I didn't ask you to be anything different. I said, I didn't tell you that I don't like you. All I said is be yourself. And he didn't. And so by the time we got past another 2-3 years of our friendship, I find out that he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in mysticism. He doesn't believe in anything. And I had been talking to him about my twin flames, my soulmates, my clairs. And while I can understand where people call us woo-woo, and the whole, you may be right, I may be crazy. So I'm okay with that. I have fun and can laugh. But I was talking with my friend as a person who is my friend to support me. And that means that I'm sharing with you my emotional sphere. If you're pretending to listen to me, that's not cool. And that's what a facade is to a person like me. So the minute I found out he believes in nothing, you've done two things. You've wasted our time, because I'm not wanting to use your time in areas that you have no emotional, mental, or physical interest in, because that's one, selfish, and really it's not creating a true moment between us. You see, you're just there out of politeness. I don't need you to be polite. This is why when I addressed it with him, I didn't have to address anything else with any of those other masculines or distorted feminines, because I know what a facade looks like, because my friend is a really great friend of mine and he's a complete facade. He also reiterated to me stuff from the stories that we talked about in the most erroneous of ways, which is number 2. And that was something that was clear. And then the lovely good therapist explained to me what biological rudeness is. And now that I know, basically, if you're an unhealthy other, you're going to be Cusco. So it's not that you're unhealthy because you don't eat right. Oh, you can eat all the things you want, but you don't know how to be your grown-up in your prefrontal. I'm going to notice before you even notice, and usually you're not going to notice anything because your distorted ears hear what you want to hear. That's why Elsa, I want to be. So anyone who doesn't know, like my friend, that they're worthy, is going to be a person that I need to not baby, because I'm not babying you. I accept that you bring to me the facade of yourself with a hurt heart, like that Zen master. So I'm just going to be here to remind you. And there you go. And now we're all happy, But I'm not really in a relationship with a person who is empowering themselves. I'm with a person who is, simply put, afraid of, in fact, rejection. And so obviously by me welcoming you, you welcome me, we're going to have a good time. And so with my friend, I don't talk to him about any of that stuff he doesn't have interest in. And I learned how to just pick up by ear. So I learned that people don't know how to speak who they are unless they choose to be their self, which is why it's not hard, by the way. So with that being said, we love to love, and we don't want people to have to be their self. And when you understand why therapists make it into a good big deal that you want to go and get tended to your first-year-old, I'm going to let you know, yeah, because if you don't, you're just going to be a facade to a person who's authentic. The ones of us who have clairs and or who are good therapists. But the good therapist, the good coach, the good all of it, we're also aware that it's not our job to, again, affect your state of consciousness, because you're beautiful just the way you are. I just know that you could be more than what you are. But again, the Zen master has laundry, so he thinks he's a Zen master. I think he's not Zen because he doesn't know how to handle sadness in his prefrontal cortex. But again, who am I? I'm Maria's body, And that is something amazing. So the life you are, your body, remember Sadhguru shares a lot of quotes. It serves the life you are, your emotions, your thoughts, your body. It's why I thank my oversoul. I embody more of the love and the divine feminine that I have consistently been. And the divine masculines are completely different. Their energetic imprint. I might do another episode. In the meantime, thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy. And let your friends know about us, about me, and about Woo Woo Lady. And if you have any curious questions, let me know. For now, we don't have membership content yet, but we have the capacity for you to email me, also for the masterclass and one-to-one mentorship and the spiritual retreat in the future. For Ask Maria columnist episodes, that's on Spotify. And that's for like, Dear Abby, can you, and you ask me for food for thought. We might have some channeled guidance. There's some energies about. So I'm going to contemplate for a couple seconds because I have a little bit more light. Again, if we're back, we'll be back with something short. Again, thank you. See you soon.